for 6 3 threes.
What a beautiful thing to see when a player gets on his game and figures out how he wants to play.
Boy, a nice little touch pass down low by Lemons. But Washington State contested Powell.
Find Q Johnson. Understand the game. Find important 3 minutes of the half. And Stanford continues to kind of do a full court pester press. They allow you to dribble into the double team, but they really don't want you to get by them.
This is the largest lead already. What's been obviously a very close first half.
And then they fall back into that 2-3 zone as well. So they want you to take a little bit of time off the clock, kind of beating Washington State at their own game and making them take the time since they're not really attacking. Sit in the zone, let them take the time off the clock, and then up your defensive intensity in the last 10 seconds and really guard them is what they're trying to do right now.
Do you think the zone at all for Johnny Dawkins, Ernie, would be also knowing he's got to play his starters a lot?
No question about it. And not only that, if Houston gets in the game and they went zone to protect him when he picked up that second foul.
All right, late clock. Cougars don't know it. Now Shelton does.
And again, if you want them to let Washington State milk the clock, sit in the zone, let them milk it, and then up that defense. Keep them out of the driving lanes, keep them off the glass. But be the aggressive on offense. You got them in foul trouble. They have a hard time guarding you inside.
Robbie Lemons up, and Robbie Lemons knocks down a three. Well, he gave Stanford a big lift. Played 23 minutes, played with a lot of energy in Oregon.
Now, that time, Dwight Powell caught the ball out on the wing, put it down the dribble, and dished it to the same corner on the same side. Maybe he wants to be a three-man. Maybe that's the mentality, because sometimes, again, people start to say at the next level, you're not a 4, you're a 3 or a 2 even. Guys have got to play to their strengths at the college game. It's about winning games, beating teams, play to your strengths. I would still like to see him be a little bit more aggressive offensively.
Cougars need to make a play, and Woolridge does. They need some, really what Washington State's going to need here is a stop. Stanford has gone on a roll. They've taken advantage of this Cougar foul trouble. And there's another one hit by Lemons. Well, Robbie Lemons hitting 2 big threes. Stanford out to the biggest lead.
They're doing it actually by sitting in the zone and taking the offensive game away from Washington State and then being a little bit more aggressive on the other end of the floor. They're on an 18-5 run now in the last 6 minutes, 15 seconds, and a lot of it has been done with defensively just keeping Washington State the last 5 seconds up in their defense, making them take bad shots, and then attacking them on the offensive end for Johnny Dawkins burns his timeout.
Yep, Johnny Dawkins now with the last possession of the half is going to use his.
Now, Hawkinson, who's guarding Houston, has not logged a lot of minutes at the Division I level. Again, understanding when I talk about you need to wear a guy out and really go at him.
Well, that's nice. They've done that 3 times now, spotting Lemons and giving him the open 3.
You put a shooter opposite post, make everybody play a focus on that attention to detail down in the low block, and spot that shooter up and let him shoot it.
Well, Stanford, as they turn the corner into the final 10 minutes, feeling good about this opener to the weekend and trying to get themselves righted and healthy, and looking at making a run in the conference. Again, I would think that what's happened over the last week has given a lot of teams additional hope. You know, we entered the season, I think, early on, even the first 2 weeks of January, thinking there were pretty much 3, if not 4 teams that were ahead of everybody.
Well, I agree with you, but there's a lot of basketball left. We said that last week, and look what happened. And look at how the changing of the guard with Cal and Washington playing so well. Arizona continue to be one of the dominant teams, if not, excuse me, the dominant team, I should say, in the conference and the country right now. But there's still a lot of basketball left in the conference. There's still going to be some changing of the guard rotation going on in that 2nd through 7th position. And the team that regains its composure, Cal has an opportunity because they're bringing people back to the party. Jabari Bird comes back when they get Krecklow back. Washington has all of a sudden found their game defensively. They've already had it offensively, and they're playing well. Oregon needs to figure out what's going on that defensive end of the floor. They have enough offensive weapons, but defensively, they've got to have a mentality of a possession-by-possession mentality to shut teams down.
I think you're very right about that. And you made a terrific point, Ernie, a short while ago when we talked about Colorado. One thing the Buffs will have, a great home court.
There's no question. I've done several of their games there last year, and that building gets loud, and it allows them to play with confidence. And UCLA is a very talented team offensively. What they need to be concerned about is that unknown in Colorado. Who's going to